What's up, y'all? You know what it is. It's another episode of the Dearly Deep. The Dearly Deep and the what's the other part called? And the Hold the Throne podcast. Yes. Um, I mean we could just jump right into it. We know what everybody's talking about today. I'm over it. I waited, haven't posted anything. I do have a job and I wanted to really sit down and talk about it. But the truth is, I'm definitely over it. And I will just start off by saying, yes, we are talking about the Will Smith slapping Mr. Chris Rock. And I will also say that I am a big fan of Will Smith, huge big fan of Will Smith. Um, Also Chris Rock. I'm not. I guess I tried to get tickets to the later show for Chris Rock, but you know, it was at a small venue and the tickets was like impossibly expensive for where I wanted to sit. So I was like, F that. But love Chris Rock and his movies. I'm probably like the only person that actually likes Chris Rock's movies, like what was it, Down to Earth. Um I can't think of Pootie Tang, even though that wasn't really his, he didn't star in it. But I mean, I know there was always people that say, Chris Rock's movies, they're not really that good. I like them. But anyway, yes, I'm a big fan of Chris Rock's comedy, definitely. I even bought Chris Rock's the No Sex in the Champagne Room album. What was that one called? Think I don't remember what it's called. But anyway, yeah, I bought that one and I've listened to that in the past 2 years, maybe. So, I do like Chris Rock, but Will Smith, obviously, action star, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, what can I say? I've always loved Will Smith's movie, even though I haven't seen After Earth still. I mean, I really wanted to, but my best friend said it was whack like right away, so I never got to it. Um, but yeah, I, my brother came to me yesterday, showed me what happened, and immediately I was like, "Nah, mm-mm, this ain't it. I'm not feeling it." Like, and then I was like, this can't be life. This can't be real. And watched it a few times, and then I needed the backstory. Like, if this is really a real thing, something must have really happened. Chris must have really did something horrible. And so then when he showed me what happened, my first reaction was, dang, you can't talk about somebody's wife. But then immediately after that, a second after that, I'm like, but wait, what was the joke again? What did he say? And then I thought more and more about it, and I'm like, he basically was talking about, her short hair. GI Jane had short hair, but also she was a great, you know, it was a great movie, about women, a woman that went into the army and wasn't accepted at first, and so she took her spot. I was super young when that movie came out, but I think I'm right. She was great. So then I thought, if they did make a GI Jane 2 and Jada played the GI Jane, oh my, that would be amazing. That would be an amazing movie for Jada, you know? And then the more I thought about it, she got short hair. I I've always known Jada to have short hair my whole entire life, right? Um I've never known her to not have, short hair. I mean, there's been movies and shows where, she's, had it long. I assumed, she just let it grow those times. Then there's lots of other women with short hair. So, I didn't, the more I thought about it, I didn't think it was a bad thing what Chris Rock said. Yes, it was a joke, 100% a joke, but was it offensive? No. And also, it's Chris Rock. But then, you see the clips of the years before when he had made some, silly jokes and stuff like that. But again, I just always assumed that when these comedians host these big award shows, even if they say something slightly offensive, you know, that it's just a TV show, it's a joke. Everybody laughs, even if you don't laugh. You give them a little snark. You punch them in the arm or something like that when they're doing the after show, or nowadays you throw a shot at them on the on Twitter or somewhere on social media, and then that's it. So, a few things. The joke to me wasn't all of that offensive. I don't think it was an insult at all, and there's other ways to handle it. But what's getting me right now is how in the world are so many people saying that it was okay? That's where I'm gonna stop you. It's never okay to walk up to someone and slap or punch them. Will could have walked up because he's Will Smith, could do anything he wanted. He could have walked up, gave him a little, head grab, put him in the headlock real quick or something. You know what I'm saying? Like playful. Like, but there was true anger in Will. And then we haven't even mentioned the fact that, yeah, he was laughing at first. So is it true that, the look that Jada gave made him spaz? Because even then, I can understand, again, him, being Big Willie, getting up on the stage and basically going up to Cris. Nah, that wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? But again, you took it to 1,000 and slapped a comedic legend. Not cool. So to all the people that saying, he was defending Jada, okay, yeah, he was defending his wife, but they're like he was protecting Jada from what? What exactly was he protecting her from? Because when I'm needed protecting, what I'm thinking is somebody is threatening me, like my life, like they're gonna harm me. So someone steps in the way, pulls me away, pushes that person out of the way. That's when I need protecting if I can't defend myself physically. But was Chris Rock going to jump off the stage and get in Jada's face even? And if he did that, was he going to grab her and like and slap her or punch her? No. It was a comedian on a stage. So regardless of the history, we all know why Will did it, and that's what makes me so upset about the whole situation. That's what makes me upset about the situation. You did not defend your wife. You did that because of your ego was bruised. It was hurt very bad. Everything, you know, that had happened in the past, you know, built up and you reacted and that was a wrong reaction. And to everybody that will see this and be like, nah, 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 then why did he apologize? When you do something wrong, if you're, a good person and you think about it, you go back and apologize. So how are you going to sit up here and say that no, it was still right for him to do it, or it was okay and he was defending his wife? That's what you're supposed to. I am so annoyed by all of these women who are saying things like, I need a man that's going to defend me like that. Yeah, you want a man that will defend you if somebody is about to throw a bottle at your head. You want a man that's going to, pull the guy away if he walks to the bathroom and y'all in a bar and then some guy is all in your face. Yeah. But at an award show or a comedy show, if it was that scenario, you want a dude that's going to jump on the stage and punch the comedian or slap the comedian and possibly your dude gets arrested or sued. That's the dude that you want. I have no problem with, defending my woman, but there's a way to do it. You get in that dude's face and you tell him, "Hey, that's not cool. You don't know what's going on." You know? Which brings me to the next point. Alopecia, as far as I know, is not a life-threatening situation. Now, yeah, it could mess with people, It could make you feel, insecure. But me, I have a bald spot myself, and I felt very insecure about it for years. I remember I used to have a huge Afro. Big one. The first person that had an afro outside of high school. I dare anybody, refute that. Me. I had a huge afro outside of school. Wasn't even thinking about getting braids. I just had always liked, you know, big hair. Still love Khalees. So I had an afro. And then I remember, I finally started getting it braided. And then I think I cut it and then I grew it back. And the second time I grew it back, it just for some reason, wasn't as thick right there. And I remember my cousin, she was like, D, like I'm trying to braid it right here, but it's short. She didn't tell me it was balding. She just said it ain't growing good right here. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I got to let it grow more. Didn't really think of it. Then I went to get my hair cut with a friend, and then he saw it and was like, dang, like it's bad. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why, like, the last time I went and got my hair cut, to be honest, because then I just started cutting it down real low. And then I remember one time I was at my house, and then my girlfriend was there at the time, and my mom came, and then she was like, "Ooh, your hair is short." But at the time, I thought she was saying like this little bald spot, was short. But she was saying, "Why did you cut your hair so short?" Because she hadn't noticed that my hair was, not full right there either. But all the rest grow. And this is it's literally just a circle right there. All the rest still grow. I've grown it out just to see would it grow. It grows a little bit. But anyway, I'm saying it all to say I felt insecure too. So I can understand if you feel like if someone's teasing that. But again, that's also saying that Chris Rock knew that she had it. I didn't know, as famous as Jada is, I did not know that she actually had alopecia. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So I'm not going to sit up here and say Chris Rock didn't know, but Breakfast Club, Charlemagne said he talked to Chris Rock and he said he didn't know. And I don't think that Chris Rock would have said anything about that if he did. You know, I don't think he would have made that joke even if he did. And who are we to say that Chris Rock even wrote that joke? Maybe he did. I'm not going to say he didn't, but I'm just saying all of these are, situations that we don't really know everything before we start to judge. And again, like I said, on Will's behalf, we don't know what they go through at the house. We don't know how, Jada feels about her head and about how Will feels about it. But again, I didn't know that it was alopecia. But at the very core of it, does that mean that you get to jump up on stage and punch a man in the face? Or I keep saying punch because to me it looked like a punch right away, but it was a slap. Um, but that doesn't mean you get to get up there and just slap somebody. And you know, again, it makes me sick to my stomach when I see all of these women all over social media saying how you know, they agree with that and they want that. When before everybody is just getting on Will's head, like talking bad about him, calling him all kind of names. You know what I'm saying? He just got put on the corniest rappers list. And corny doesn't necessarily mean bad, although I think a lot of women are corny, and that is a negative thing. But that's another story for a different day. Um, but I mean, it's just messed up. It put me in a place again where I'm like, obviously, I don't have anybody, but what would my reaction be if I'm at an award show and I'm me, not Will Smith, because that's a whole different outcome, perspective, outlook, whatever you want to call it. But what if I'm me and I'm the guy sitting in the chair in the front, at the front of the stage, and a comedian, any comedian, says that my girl with a low haircut or completely bald haircut could star in the next G.I. Jane. Now, I'm not married. So my first reaction probably would be like this. What? Why would you say that? I wouldn't even, I honestly, I probably wouldn't have even put the correlation of G.I. Jane and the hair. Wouldn't have even gotten the joke at first. And if I look to her and then she is mad and she lets me know it's because G.I. Jane had a short haircut, I think the way I would react to that still is it's a comedy show. I'm sorry that he said that to you, but if she was really upset, I would have did something like this, like nah, 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 cut that out, cut that out. Like that's a condition. Like cut that out, cut that out. Like no, or I would have yelled back at him and gave him, like some kind of, you know, get back. But at no point would I jump on the stage. Also, if you do jump on the stage, if it was just a me jumping on the stage, I'm pretty sure I would have got rushed by security. So that brings me to that point. Where was the security? Where was the security? I get it. I don't know if they're close or friends or, they've met before, but Will Smith getting that close in the first place, that's one thing. But then when he rears back to do the hit and none of my people run on the stage and no security runs on the stage, and then Will just gets to turn around and walk away and he's not escorted out. What is that? What is that? Would I want Will Smith to go to jail? Of course not. But if they were doing their job, should that have happened? Yeah, it should have. Did anybody even come get Chris Rock off of the stage to check and see if he was okay? Like, yeah, you could be a man and take a punch, take a hit, whatever, and keep doing the job. Yes. But I think it was real unprofessional that nobody, you know, came and, escorted Will. At least, I mean, yeah, they talked to him. That's on the side, but that's what we do as black men. We'll just, pull our brother to the side, like, hey, that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool, And yeah, it's better that we were able to handle it. It's much better that we were able to handle it and didn't have to get escalated. And then, of course, we all know at this point, Chris Rock's not pressing charges, which is great too, because it is squashed. It really is. It's pretty much squashed. It's over with. But that was just another, one of my concerns. And I will also say this. Chris Rock was really, really in shock when that happened. Now, I don't know if he's a fighter or if he can return the fire like that, but he was in shock. And then I was reminded today, Chris Rock also has Asperger's, which means that he can't really read the room as well as you would think he can. He spoke about this a few years ago about having Asperger's, and that's exactly what that is. But do I think that he, said a bad joke? No, the joke was actually amazing. G.I. Jane would be a great role for Jada. G.I. Jane was a great movie back then, and it could be a better remake or, a great part two. The correlation was the short hair. The correlation wasn't, oh, you have a disease. Also, the disease is not life threatening. I know someone who has it. My first girlfriend had alopecia. It just means your hair thins. It can be worse where it can all fall out. In both cases that I knew of, the hair grew back, and you can take medication for it. It's not like chemotherapy, and I'm pretty sure the beautiful Jada just shaved all of it off so that it would look fly. So again, I get it being upset. You don't have to laugh at every joke. I didn't laugh at the joke because again, I didn't get it right away. So it doesn't make it, it doesn't mean, you don't have to laugh at everything. If it wasn't funny, it wasn't funny. You can even be mad at it. As Jada, she could be much more mad at it. Will can take her anger and be even more mad at it. But at no point do you get to go on a stage and slap somebody. That's not cool. And I guarantee you, if the role was reversed, if somehow, for some reason, I was the person that made that joke and a man got on stage, whether it's Will Smith, Barack Obama, The Rock, whoever, you take a shot at me, we're fighting right on the stage. Right on the stage. It's going down. Not happening. No man. Because if it was a woman, hey, I'm gonna take that hit. I might push you away, but that's about it. But if it's a man, professionalism is out the door. It's going down. If that happened to me and he turned around and walked away like he was just a G, like a god, I would have kicked him off the stage. You want to give me a cheap shot? Guess what? You're getting kicked from the back off the stage. And I've done that before, not off of a stage, but I had a situation where I was walking. A guy literally pushed me because he said he was tired of people always looking at their phone. I didn't run into him. I wasn't by him or nothing like that. I wasn't even close to him, but he really walked up to me and pushed me and said he's tired of people walking on, talking and walking on the phone. And I was in San Francisco. I, turned around and, because, he tried to get away. I won't say get away, but, he did it and just kept moving. And he walked to the street. I could have killed this man. I kicked him into the street with cars coming. Luckily, he didn't die. So, yeah, it would have been a fight right there on the stage. And trust me, if my boys was there, well, I can't say like I got boys like that no more. Back in the day when I had people, it would have went down. I got one or two good ones right now that probably still would have made it happen. But, so that's another thing. I think Chris Rock continuing the show was very professional. He did his thing. But really, that puts you in a place. That would, if I didn't do anything, that would have definitely put me in a place. I'd be thinking about it the next day and I would be hurt and I probably would be wanting revenge. So I'm glad, that the show continued, and I'm very glad that Will won. I think that was again amazing. Will won, but that just again is like weird. Like didn't get escorted out. Nobody really, as far as none of the videos that I've seen, nobody went to check on Cris. And then not only did Will not get escorted out, he won the award, which you could still win the award, but you didn't have to be there to win it or accept it. So, he stayed. He was still there. He came back on that stage that he assaulted a man. Was that not assault? Did the people who run the Oscars not feel that that was okay to do? Because I'm just thinking if that was, and I'm not trying to make this a race thing, but I just feel like even if it was a woman that happened to, if another woman went on stage and slapped one of the women hosts, it would have been totally different. I feel like if it was, and I saw Michael Rappaport say this, I don't know what his point was, but he was saying that if Seinfeld had said that to like Ben Affleck, it would have been different. I just think the whole circumstance would be different. So maybe God stepped in, and made it not go there, because Will should have been arrested last night, or at least escorted, and everybody was able to talk to him and, talk. And he apologized. He apologized last night. And I believe he wrote something today. I know there was a post. I didn't read it because, like I said, I was just over it. But, I think at this point, I'm kind of just doing my podcast thing. I'm doing my job, reporting on it. Maybe there's someone out there that wanted my perspective. Maybe not. But so, again, glad that it's squashed. But thinking about it from a relationship standpoint, yeah, no, you don't get to go up there and do that. But again, I'm not married, so I don't know what kind of conversations, married couples have. That would be nice to know. I would love to know, what some of my, married couples, what your reactions would be. What would the wife do if her husband didn't get up there and do that? Would she have said anything? And also, another point that I'm gonna make is, you as a woman, if you see your husband about to do something crazy because it was crazy. I don't care how you feel about it. It was 1,000. You should have jumped up and grabbed him and said, no, no, that's not how you handle this. And maybe she didn't know if he was going to go hit him, but you still, you don't get to go on a stage and at all. That wasn't your turn. You don't get to go on stage. You don't, especially when someone's doing their job, you don't get to do that. So I feel like it was her job to pull him back and say, no, baby, we're not going to do this. I don't care that it's the Oscars or yeah, I don't care that it's the Oscars, but anywhere, anywhere where someone's doing their job, you don't get to just assault somebody on the stage, let alone you don't get to go on the stage while they're talking. So I feel like a stronger woman would have said, no, I'm glad that you want to defend me. I'm glad that you want to go off and lose your mind and go crazy on this dude for, saying that about me. But that's not how we do it, you know? So again, seeing a lot of, and I can't really call these people friends, but, seeing people on social media friends agreeing with it is sickening to me. But hey, that's what people do, right? You know, people are very negative. People are negative. So um I could see why there's it's a split. I can see people are negative and immature. So I can see why there's a split, why there's a lot of people, men and women, are not only making jokes about the situation, but also agreeing and saying that they either wish that they had a man that would do that for them, or the man is saying, I would have done the same thing. But I think when everybody really thinks about it, they say to themselves, no, that was wrong. And the fact that Will Smith has apologized pretty much 2 times now, you can't even argue with that. If the person that committed, the crime, the assault, is apologizing, how can you still say that it was right and it was okay to do? You didn't do it. I mean, I'm not saying it hasn't been done before, but how many of y'all that are saying that you would do this have even been in a situation like that? Or how many of you have actually done it? I bet nobody on my timeline. And I knew some of y'all dudes, I would have smacked them. That's real. So, end of the day, everybody want to act about it and act like they so tough and rough, but when it really come down to it, none of y'all even been into no business like that. In the club, at the award show, in the streets, even at school. So don't act tough all of a sudden like you down and you about it. You was not never about that life. So me, I'm a person who's reformed from the violence, which is one of the reasons why I would not go up there and hit a man for telling a joke. The consequences could be horrible. You don't know when it can stop. So it sucked. So anyway, I still said that I was gonna do an episode about the new season of Atlanta. I could go on for another 30 minutes talking about that, but I'm not going to. And I hope you've watched Atlanta by now. So if you haven't, you still have a chance to watch it before I give you spoilers. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow because I also said that I was going to rewatch it so it could be fresh when I do an episode about it. But I'm excited about it being back. Um, I'm still learning to look into the camera and not look at myself. I'm gonna have to take off. I'm gonna have to close the window when I'm talking. Um, but anyway, I hope you like my take on this whole thing. Talk about it in the comments on Facebook or YouTube. It'll be uploaded to all of these. But anyway, like I said, love Will, love all his movies, love watching Bel Air. Even got my son to watch some Fresh Prince of Bel Air when they did the reunion, about a year or two ago. Great man. Still think he's great. But I will say, Big Willie was acting like a big baby. Period. Big, immature baby. It's like when Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk. That's how it was. It's like you can't control your anger. You're a grown up. Control that. But it's human emotion. No blame. Not mad at you. I was mad. I was disappointed. It did hurt to see that. But I'm not in his shoes. I'm not in Chris Rock's shoes. I'm not in Jada's shoes. All we can do is talk about what we would have done or our feelings about the situation. So, anyway, like I said, say it again, love Will, love Chris, love Jada, all of their stuff. These are amazing Black people who have done amazing things in their industry and outside of it. I have Will's book, haven't gotten to read it yet, but I have it. And I plan on reading it. So, no hate, all love, and yeah, this is Dearly Deep and Hold the Throne. I'm out. And yes, this is a hole in the shirt. I've had this shirt for, where's the hole? For a really long time. I keep it because it's like my Kanye shirt. It's not really a Kanye shirt. It's a Gap shirt, only even though he worked with Gap. But it's like a big, I can't tell. It's a big hole in the back, but it looked like one of them rip shirts. And yeah, I will wear it out too. It just looks like I've been working or I fell off or something. Anyway, peace out, Daily Deep, and Hold the Throne. Leave some comments.